Green Gold Rush: How smallholder farms are disrupting Nigeria's oil narrative. For decades, one story has defined Nigeria: a story of oil, black gold, and a nation whose fortunes rose and fell with crude. From offshore oil rigs to sprawling export terminals, Nigeria became known as Africa's petroleum giant. Oil shaped its economy and its politics and its global identity. But beneath this powerful narrative, another story has been quietly unfolding far away from pipelines and drilling platforms. A story rooted in the soil. A story powered not by multinational corporations, but by millions of smallholder farmers. Today, Nigeria is experiencing a green gold rush, an agricultural awakening that is challenging oil dominance and redefining economic power from the grassroots. This is the story of how small farms are disrupting Nigeria's oil narrative and why agriculture may hold the country's most sustainable future. Oil was discovered in Nigeria in commercial quantities in the late 1950s, setting off a chain of reaction that would permanently alter the nation's trajectory. By the 1970s, oil had become Nigeria's economic backbone. Government revenues surged, foreign exchange flowed in, cities expanded rapidly, and agriculture, once the pride of the nation, was pushed to the background. Before oil, Nigeria was a global agricultural powerhouse. Cocoa from the west fed international markets. Granules from the north stood tall in pyramids that symbolized prosperity. Palm oil from the east positioned Nigeria as one of the world's leading producers. But oil money changed priorities. Farms were neglected, rural investment declined, young people abandoned agriculture for city life, and gradually, Nigeria became dangerously dependent on a single resource. Oil brought wealth, but it also brought volatility. Every crash in global oil prices sent shockwaves through the economy. Budget collapsed. The currency weakened. Unemployment surged. In oil-producing communities, the cost was even higher. Farmlands were polluted. Rivers were poisoned. Traditional livelihood were destroyed. At the same time, Nigeria began importing food on a massive scale, spending billions of dollars on rice, wheat, and processed foods it once produced locally. The contradiction became impossible to ignore. Oil was profitable, but it was not inclusive. Quietly across rural Nigeria, something remarkable was happening. Many owning less than 2 hectares of land were feeding the nation. These farmers are not backed by oil wealth or foreign conglomerates. They rely on family labor, indigenous knowledge, and community networks passed down through generations, from cassava to rice, maize to vegetables. Smallholder farms now produce over 70% of Nigeria's food supply. While oil struggled to create jobs or reduce poverty, agriculture was doing both every single day, not through headlines or billion-dollar deals, but through sweat, persistence, and resilience. This is why agriculture is increasingly being called Nigeria's new green gold. Unlike oil, agriculture creates jobs at scale. Unlike oil, wealth is distributed across communities. Unlike oil, growth is renewable and sustainable. Every farm is a micro-enterprise. Every harvest feeds on entire value chain: processing, transportation, storage, and trade. This is well rooted in land, not wealth, and its impact reaches far beyond rural communities. For a new generation of Nigerians, farming is no longer a last resort. Faced with unemployment and driven by innovation, young people are returning to agriculture, but on their own terms. They are embracing mechanized farming. They are building agri-tech platforms. They are turning small farms into export-focused businesses. Rice milling, palm oil processing, poultry, aquaculture, and horticulture. Through cooperatives and technologies, smallholder farmers are scaling up, proving that agriculture today is not about hoes and cutlasses, but about data, branding, logistics, and global markets. Yet, behind this transformation stands a force that has long been overlooked. Women makes up nearly half of Nigeria's agricultural workforce. They plant, they harvest, they process, they trade. And still, they face limited access to land, finances, and technologies. Where women farmers are empowered, food production increases, household nutrition improves, rural economies grow stronger. The green gold rush cannot succeed without women and its center. Nigeria's agricultural exports are now rising: ginger, sesame seeds, cashew nuts, cocoa, palm products. Smallholder farms are feeding into global value chains, earning foreign exchange and slowly reducing dependence on oil revenue. The world is demanding organic food, traceable supply chains, and sustainable sourcing. With the right support, Nigerian smallholder farmers are perfectly positioned to meet this demand. But the road ahead is not without obstacle. Poor rural infrastructure limits market access. Inadequate storage leads to post-harvest losses. Access to finance remains difficult. Climate change threatens productivity. Without addressing these challenges, the green gold rush risks losing momentum. Yet, history has shown that Nigeria thrives most when it invests in its people, not just in its resources. Today, Nigeria stands as a crossroads. Oil may continue to generate revenue, but agriculture generates resilience. Smallholder farms represent economic inclusion. They represent food security. They represent sustainable development. The future of Nigeria's economy may not lie beneath the ground, but on top of it. The green gold rush is not a theory. It is happening, quietly, persistently, powerfully. From villages to global markets, smallholder farmers are rewriting Nigeria's story one harvest at a time. The oil narrative is fading, and a greener, more inclusive future is rising. This is the Diaspora Project Media, telling Africa's untold economic stories.